Alright, so we back with another video. We got y'all boys with another build. Now, today we got y'all boys with a big man. Now, this is a big man that potential is stupid. Cat breakers on this game, you get so many cat breakers on this build. Stupid. Off rip, you gonna look at it and be like, man, I don't know. But when I show y'all the end product, just bear with it. But yeah, y'all do want more of these build videos, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. All that good stuff out the way. Let's hop straight into it. Alright, so hopping into it, Young and Mim, hand and number, really up to you. You know what I go with every single time. We ain't never gonna skip a button. Let's keep it going. Now, right here, we're gonna go to the center position. We are going to be 6'11". 6'11" is actually pretty popular right now for a lot of different things, but we're gonna make it for a big man. We're gonna go 7'5" wingspan. That is the max wingspan you can go. And then we're gonna go down to 232. Now, I did do this a way where you could have more strength, but it's just not as good in my opinion. So I just kept it like this. So let's get into it. So when it comes to making a build, first things first, let's go to the physicals. You're gonna raise everything on the physicals max. So you got 75, you got 67, you got 83, you got 88 vertical. You got legend pogo stick. You got silver brick wall. Now you're not gonna have gold. I like having gold on my big man because when you have gold, you can use max badge +2, be able to get that easily to legend. That's gonna be the one this year that's gonna be very popular, raised with the max badge +2 if you are a big man. But you get it silver, you raise it +2, you now get it Hall of Fame. That's still gonna be very, very good. Now, I won't lie, having higher strength does feel like it does make an impact on your screens, not just the brick wall, but you gotta just take what you can get so that you can be able to be fast enough on these taller builds. I don't really like the slower big man builds personally, so I need my big man to be pretty fast. So that's just what it is. I had to take a hit somewhere. That's where I took a hit on strength. But all in all, agility, speed, we got both of those max. So you can really get a lot of different motion styles as well that you probably wouldn't usually get on your big man. Now, let's go to the next thing. It's going to be rebounding. We're going to have a 94 rebound. If you want to be able to go +5 on this to get 99, you can be able to have legend rebound chaser, legend box out beast. So that's not going to be a build specialization option. That's not going to be a thing that we're going to be raising with our max badge +1 or +2. Now, the reason why we're not going to do our build specialization on it is mainly because it's going to be legend badges. So you're literally going to be wasting the full category of the max badge +2s, +1s that you possibly could use on this build. So keep that in mind. To go alongside that, we actually going to have some rebound as well at an 84 offensive rebound. So that's so that we can be able to do both sides really, really well. So, yeah. Now, we're not going to have as much offensive, but you got to keep in mind, we're going to be able to shoot on this build. Maybe not on this version, but as soon as you see the cat breaker version, it's going to make sense. Next, we're going to keep going on the defense. We're going to actually go up to 69 perimeter defense. We're going to raise this. With one cat breaker, we're going to be able to have max perimeter defense, so that's kind of what it is. And if you do go one, you do be able to have challenger, and having challenger on a big man build is very important. That is why I did make it 6'11". That's probably the tallest I would probably make my big man build, especially with the contest being a little bit buffed, because if you make any taller and you try to help on anything on the perimeter, they shooting right over you, you're not getting no contest. At least on this, you're going to be able to have some perimeter defense, and you're going to be able to have at least challenger. Challenger is, in my opinion, from me playing the game, that is the biggest difference you can make on contest in this game. So yeah, we have that. Then to go alongside that, you also can be able to get a movement enforcer because you're going to be able to have above a 72 perimeter defense, and you got that 82 strength. So you're going to be able to have silver and movement enforcer, which is going to also be really nice because you don't have on-ball menace. So keep that in mind as well. Now, the one thing I kind of do wish I kind of got higher was the fact that I wish I got interior defense higher. So we only going to have an 84 interior defense, but to go alongside that, to make up for that, we going to actually have not just a 93, but a 94 block. So if you want to actually raise this +5, if you want to raise this +5, you're going to be able to have high flying denier legend, and you're going to be able to have paint patroller Hall of Fame. Now, I'm only going to be able to have Hall of Fame paint patroller because to be able to have it legend, I think you have to have like something super crazy. Let me see. Where paint patroller at? You have to have 89 interior. So I look, you could have went 89, and I guess you could go +5 on cat breakers on your interior defense with how many cat breakers in this game. But you're gonna see real soon that that's not gonna really be an option to raise with cat breakers. So you probably just gonna have to bear in mind with that Hall of Fame and just maybe raise it with a +1, because you're gonna have a lot of different options. And I won't lie, Defense is an option for your build specialization to go. Build specialization on defense is a little harder than the other ones. I will say that though. Then you go along to the playmaking. You may be like, man, is this going to even have the pass accuracy I really want on my big man build? We're going to go all the way to an 87 very easily. Not even, no struggle going on, very, very easy. We're going to raise the ball handle up 1 for cap breaker potential later on when we get into what we're going to be doing when it comes to the cap breakers later on in the video. So you're going to raise the ball handle up 1 to 53, but you're going to be raising the pass accuracy to 37. That's going to get your speed ball to 35, and that's going to get your ball handle to 52. Ball handle goes up 1, 53. So yeah. Then when it comes to the shooting, actually we're not going to go shooting yet. We're going to go to the finishing. When it comes to the finishing, first things first, we're going to go to 88 driving dunk. Then to go alongside that, we're going to have a 90 standing dunk. We didn't raise the close shot. I really do wish I kind of raised the close shot, but that's not going to be a bigger deal when we look at the cap breakers as well. That's another thing that we're going to look at when it comes to the cap breakers. That's going to be really different. And then when it comes to the driving layup, we're going to have a 72 driving layup. Now, when it comes to the steal, we're going to actually have a 42 steal. I almost did forget this. Defense is done. Rebounding is done. Physicals is done. Playmaking is done. Finishing is done. There's a lot of things that you can raise on this build with cap breakers, but last but not least, like I said, we are going to have shooting on this build, so you're going to have a 45 3 ball. This is going to be a thing that you can raise very easily with cap breakers if you've seen the methods. If you want to be able to have like a really go from no 3 ball to really solid, able to shoot consistent 3 ball, this is going to be very popular. We're going to go from 45 to 83 ball with cap breakers, but I will show y'all for proof purposes later on in this video. And then last but not least is going to be the free throw. We're going to get this up to 60 just so that we can knock down our free throws. Maybe you want to raise this with cap breakers as well, but that's pretty much the build. Before cap breakers, is it that good? To be real, it's really still solid because you can just play with it as an inside that can outlet the ball. But the potential of it goes crazy once you get to the cap breakers. Let's get to that. When it comes to the build name, similar to shades of Mel Daniels, never even heard of bro, Purvis Ellison, Patrick Ewing, and it comes out as a DIMING rim running Reaper. Strengths: swats everything near the rim, strong pursuit of defensive rebounds, immediate rise under the basket, finds shooters from the paint, skips open looks for the mid-range, opposing centers park in the paint. Now, by the way, I want to go back real quick because I kind of did gloss over this one thing. 88 vertical. I did mention the polo stick, but I don't think y'all realize how ridiculous of rebound animations you're gonna get on the build that has 88 vertical, 99 defensive rebound with legend rebound chaser. I don't think y'all understand. And even if you miss time stuff, especially with that high driving dunk and standing dunk, you're gonna be able to go back up and get it board for yourself, and you're gonna have that legend polo stick. So you're going to improve your ability to play passing lanes. You're going to improve your ability to block shots with that, but you also going to be improving your ability to get rebounds with that vertical. So I wanted to make sure I cover that real quick before we get into the cap breakers, but let's go ahead and hop into the cap breakers. Now, this is a safer layer build because like I said, when it comes to cap breakers, the build going to go crazy. So I haven't even fully upgraded it, but the things I did upgrade the things that I'm going to upgrade in terms of the cap breakers already. So I've only done 4 cap breakers, by the way. I've only done 4 cap breakers, by the way, on 3 ball, and I already got a 78 3 ball. I did it perfectly. That's why you saw I had 45 and not lower or not higher, because at 45 3 ball, all I need is 4 cap breakers to get 78 3 ball, and that gets me silver set shot specialist already. When it comes to the perimeter defense, I have a 74 perimeter defense. That's going to get me not only the immovable enforcer, silver, but it's also going to get me bronze challenger already. So that's the auto first 5 cap breakers you want to be using if you only have 5 cap breakers. But if you have 6, that next one can go really anywhere. You can put it to 3 ball to get it to 80. You can put it to steal if you want to get that even higher, because that is another thing that you can use for cap breakers. I only have 42. You can go all the way up on it and be able to get it pretty much maxed out. You can go crazy. Some other ones that actually is very underrated in terms of cap breakers. Ball handle and speed ball. 6 cap breakers alone, you can get max speed ball, max ball handle on this build. So you can go from 35 plus 11, that's 46 plus 10, that's 56 plus 8. Quick math, come on man, that's 64. So you can have 64 in comparison to 35. Ball handle, you can go 53 plus 6, that's 59 plus 6, that's 65 plus 5, that's 70. So you can have 70 ball handle with a 64 speed ball from having pretty much nothing on this build. And even if you want to go up plus 2 on pass accuracy to get an 89 pass accuracy for whatever reason, you can do that with 1 cap breaker. If you want to raise your free throw, you get a lot of cap breakers for that as well. But the main ones I would personally say after 3-ball, I would personally focus on either block or driving, or not driving, but defensive rebound. Defensive rebound, you go +5 here, you're gonna have 99. I went over that. That's gonna be very nice to have. So you can have legend rebound chaser. You're gonna have 88 vertical with that. It's gonna be OD, no matter what side of the ball you're on. When it comes to the block, you don't really have to go 99 on this one. You can just go +3 on this one to get to 97, so you can be able to have that little, what's it called? Because I'm gonna be real, I don't think it's 100% necessary to be able to have legend high flying denier. But if you want to go +5 on it, because you get 28 possibilities, and it's not gonna be realistic to get 28, but I already got 5. So say for instance you did spend 5 here. Say for instance you did spend 5 here. You still gonna have, that's 15. You still gonna have 13 possibilities that if you want to use it on speed with ball, you want to use it on ball handle, that can be, you can do that. If you want to use it on steal, you can do that. Another very underrated one is definitely gonna be close shot, because if you do go up on close shot, you get it to +10. You can get it to 85, 84. You're gonna be able to get that close shot badge that's actually really nice. So if you want to do that, you can. If you want to go up on post control to get your post control up, you go up all 5 on this one. The first 4 alone is 12. That's 62. It's gonna be just like 64. That's not that crazy. I won't lie. That's not that crazy. You can also go up on drive and dunked to get this up to 93. That's gonna allow you to have more content on. So it's gonna allow you to have more drive and dunk packages. That's gonna be nice to have. You're gonna be able to have gold posterizer as well. You can add that. +5 on standing up. That's another option. I'm just saying, bro, the build goes to crazy heights. And there's so many different ways to get cap breakers, whether you're talking about the daily challenges, whether you're talking about the crew, whether you're talking about the seasons, whether you're talking about the rep system. It's so many different ways to get cap breakers in this game. So I do think making builds like this that I'm making just for potential purposes, because I'm not going to use this no time soon, but when I do get these cap breakers, I'm gonna be making this. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Y'all do want more videos like this in terms of potential builds, cap breaker builds, go ahead, like the video. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. That's gonna be the build. I got more coming out for y'all. I'm probably gonna drop my first NBA player official, and it's gonna be my favorite player of all time. A lot of the builds I'm gonna actually drop on this channel is gonna be fun, because in terms of the builds I'm gonna drop, is builds I actually make, and builds that I actually gonna use, and builds that actually mean something to me. So the next one is actually gonna mean something to me because it's my favorite player ever, and I'm making his build every single year in 2K, and I'm continuing that trend this year. So yeah, we're gonna have that as the next video for this year. My build last year, by the way, I made of him, was probably my most fun build I played on all last year, and 25 was just a very poor, boring game to me. So the only fun I really had for the most part was playing on that build. So I'm gonna try to remake that build on this game, if not even better. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. If y'all do want more of these build videos, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Further ado, it's your boy Fitz. I'm out there, man. Now I've been letting y'all off for a little while. 90%. Let me say it again. 90% of y'all aren't even subscribed. Now I've been doing this for a little while now. Y'all, I know y'all mess with the content at this point. So subscribe. Subscribe. It's that simple. If you buying anything on Fortnite, Epic Games Store, use code YaboiFitz. I don't know why I ain't been had this, but yeah.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!